18th century, Lambeth was marshland. It gets its name because it was used for grazing and landing lambs and sheep. It wasn't until the early 1800s that this place really started coming to life in the way we know now. Before it became full of life, it was used for hunting, leisurely purposes, or for grazing. But in the early 1800s, we had the first Waterloo Bridge opened, which was opened by George IV during his regency, who would later go on to become George IV the King. And then later, that bridge would be replaced, built by a huge number of what's alleged to be majority, actually, women, that built the final bridge that stands today during the Second World War. Now, a lot of the actual housing here is Georgian. And there is some confusion among some people as to what's Georgian and what's Victorian. Overall, it doesn't really matter because it's so well preserved that to us it's all the same, it's beautiful. At that point, you're splitting hairs. This is Theed Street on the Lambeth estate, which you can see has no cars on it. Now, for me, cars destroy photography in London. They destroy photography in any Western city, really. This street is probably one of, if not my favourite streets, and you can see why. Because it's not spoilt by pretty much anything. And when I take photos in London or anywhere, I always try to find a spot with no modernity. And this street has it all. It ticks all the boxes. And for me, it's an incredibly nostalgic place. And I don't think I need to give you a big spiel as to why. Now, it's also the case that a great many series and films are filmed here, such as Legend, the Craze film, and so on. And I feel that there's a specific reason for this. I don't think it's just because it looks nice. I think it's because everywhere else doesn't. And that's a point I want to lead up to as we start to conclude this video, which is a point I'm going to make in just a moment. So the Lambeth estate we're on was built by John Roupell in the early 1800s. Some pronounce it Roupell.